Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You're here with GBHL channel host GBHL James
and GBHL Jamie, and today we are unboxing.
What's this?
This is a Moria Goblin Shaman.
Are we scraping the barrel, Jamie?
Potentially, but you don't really. But these aren't available anymore.
Ooh, it's OOP
in metal and on its own. You can get it in fine cast in the Moria Goblin Commanders set, but for that you have to pay sort of like 25 quid to get. So I picked this up back when it was like 6 quid for the model. So woohoo!
Woohoo! Now let's have a little bit of a look. So yeah, nice to see some of the old packaging. Nice to see something which isn't in the white.
It's in white value.
The white value miniature range. So, as always with any of our unboxings, we're going to open it up, we're going to look at the model, we're going to tell you what we think about the model, and we'll talk a little bit about the stats and how you can use this model in the game. So this is the Moria Goblin Shaman. So, he's come straight out, he's got no bits.
Very few, yeah, he's got a few on his.
It's just one metal piece.
One single piece, yeah.
One single piece miniature. So nothing to glue on. One's like, there he is there.
Clip straight in, click and play.
Easy peasy. And he very much is what you'd imagine
a shaman to look, sort of like.
Well, Goblin's got a proper witchy poo nose, hasn't he? And you know.
Well, that witchy poo nose that you're looking at is actually his helmet.
Oh really?
Yeah. He's got a skull strapped to his helmet on top there. Where's the camera on there?
I mean,
just about see it.
Just about made it out.
And he's got essentially like a big metal thing on his head.
Now you're a goblin.
Yep.
Do you like this miniature?
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah, I can see. That's quite cool, actually.
It's cool. He's like as if he's beckoning his men forward, or his goblins and giblins forwards to get into the battle and not care that they've just been hit by an axe. And keep fighting.
Quite a cool little heroic pose. I wouldn't look at him and think shaman. I'd actually look at him and think captain.
Yeah.
He looks like a captain. He's got like a halberdy kind of weapon, hasn't he?
Yeah, he comes with a spear, so yeah.
Oh right, okay, yeah. So there we go. Comes with a spear. Got a little skull on the background. Nice bits of detail. It's a small metal miniature. Some reasonable amount of detail, especially in the face, I have to say.
Yeah, the Goblin heroes, surprisingly, are really well sculpted. Goblin warriors are a completely different kettle of fish, but yeah, the heroes actually they seem to do quite well. I like them.
Very, very nice. Now, let's talk a little bit about how you use these in the game. So what does a Moria Goblin Shaman do? What's his stats?
Stats are pretty rubbish, as you'd expect a caster to be. He's fight 2, strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 2 or 3, 1 might, 3 will, 1 fate. But his big bonus for the goblins are 1, he's a cheap hero, well, cheapish hero. He's more expensive than the captains, but
how many points is he?
He's 45.
45 points. It's bargain.
Cheap as chips. So obviously he unlocks a Goblin Warband, but his big bonus is Fury. And with the updated rules for Fury in The Hobbit, and it gaining the ability to be channeled, you save things on a 5+. Obviously, if you've got this big horde of like 70 or so goblins, that when they die on a 5+, they're fine. You got an extra third of them, so you got like almost essentially 100 goblins.
Yeah, which is
nightmare to crack.
It is. How do you find with Fury rolls? I think from my own experience, you tend to sort of get games where it doesn't seem to be doing anything at all, and then you just get one game where it saves everything.
It saves too much, yeah.
Saves far too much.
Yeah, I tend to see that as well. That's obviously averages balancing out across all games. It probably does save the right amount.
Yeah.
It's way noticeable as well. Like you might save, some might have 2 wounds cost, and you'll save one of them, but it doesn't matter.
And what other spells does he have? So he can cast Fury, which obviously Fury, what you want him to do.
Yeah, so that's a 6-inch range. Or everything passes Courage test, which obviously is amazing for goblins because they're not brave. I have that Fury save, but also Transfix on a 5+. And that's sort of like a last-ditch attempt, usually. Transfixing. It's like, well, my main casters have done their stuff, I might as well try it with the hero.
And you don't put this guy up front, do you?
No.
Where'd you put him?
Behind like maybe 2, maybe 3 ranks of goblins. We can't get shot at easily. He's nowhere near getting heroic combated into or anything.
Do you tend to find that shamans like this, they become target priority for your enemy?
In other forces, I think they do. They are, and like a Mordor shaman or an Orc shaman is a target priority. I think Goblin shamans get overlooked because the Goblin force can take things that are much more worrying straight away. So let's say you've got a Bat Swarm and Druzag. Well, the Bat Swarm becomes a bigger threat than this guy. despite the fact you've got sort of 30, 40 goblins who aren't dying in front of you, you're still more worried about the Bat Swarm and Druzag.
Yeah.
Or the Marauder, or the Cave Trolls. There's something bigger and more focal than these guys.
No, I really like this miniature. I don't really like goblins, but I do actually really like this miniature. Quite a cool pose and it's well sculpted. Now I've heard quite a few people suggest maybe taking the old Goblin Shamans with the new Hobbit Goblins.
Yes, specifically for the Goblin Scribe. If your Fury's up, so the Goblin Scribe's going to pass his courage test, instead of having to roll, he can just bring on D3 goblins. So you might not get to bring on, the big horde of like 6 or 7, but you'll always be bringing on between 1 and 3.
And I've even heard that a couple of people are thinking about doing some very cool conversions of the new goblins to make their version of the Moria Goblin Shaman to fit in with their force. Yeah. And that gives you an idea about how important these guys can be in a Moria and Angmar force. So that has been GBHL James
and GBHL Jamie. We've been unboxing the Moria Giblin Shaman.
Moria Giblin Shaman. Yeah. I hope the Giblin Defeaters of Rohan.
Defilers of Rohan, Ambushers of Dwarves.
Is that the full title?
Yeah.
I hope they don't get themselves a shaman. Make sure you comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.